This clip is brought to you by 8 Sleep Mattresses, the temperature-controlled Tesla of beds that automates your sleep. Sleep better and enjoy this clip.
I might.
You've talked a lot about like raw stuff, like raw dairy, and one of the questions I've seen pop up in your comments section, people is asking like where to get it. Like people are very confused by, I think they just think like organic milk, or then they might think grass-fed milk. What's the difference with raw dairy, and yeah, where the hell can we get some of it?
So there's a great website, eatwild.com. I have no affiliation with them, but it like lists out every state and where you can get dairy and good meat, also like grass-fed meat from local farmers. Statewide regulations for raw dairy vary. So some states it's legal, some states it's not. I can get it here in Costa Rica. But when you go down the research rabbit hole, it's quite interesting. There's some interesting epidemiology. Multiple observational studies show an association between consumption of raw milk in childhood and adulthood and lower rates of asthma, eczema, hay fever, and allergies. So that's fascinating, right? Again, these are observational correlations. So we can't draw causative inference, but I can't really create many, biases, or I can't really understand how healthy user bias or unhealthy user bias is going to confound those results. So I find it to be a pretty compelling association. And if you look at the subgroup analyses, if you look at kids who grow up on farms and kids who grow up off of farms, they both benefit from raw milk in terms of these allergic atopic conditions. So there's something going on there. I think there's a very compelling hypothesis for benefits of raw milk. Now, it's important to point out that there are possible contaminants in raw milk and you want to know the source, but this is just life, right? If you're going to eat any food, whether it's spinach in a bag at the grocery store, or you're going to eat meat that you're getting in the grocery store, or you're going to eat raw milk, there's always a possibility of contamination. There's been E. coli outbreaks in ground beef, and there's also been bad E. coli outbreaks on spinach in a bag at grocery stores. So if you're going to eat any food raw without cooking the heck out of it, you're going to subject yourself to these things. So know your farmer. I've never had problems with raw milk. I think it's probably the regulation of that is variable from state to state, but there's all sorts of other cool stuff in milk. I mean, we know that whole milk, I think this is also observational epidemiology, but if you feed kids whole milk, they end up with less adiposity later in life. Counterintuitive, right? You give kids more dairy fat as kids, and they end up with less adiposity, probably because there are good fats in the milk fat, things like stearic acid and odd chain fatty acids that affect human metabolomics or human metabolism in a positive way. So we've never really talked about benefits of saturated fat. Nobody talks about, I need this stearic acid vitamin or this odd chain fatty acid vitamin, pentadecanoic acid or heptadecanoic acid. But those are, in my opinion, quote unquote, nutrients for humans. So good benefits of whole milk, but I think even more benefits to raw milk. We don't really have great data on which of the nutrients are preserved versus destroyed when you pasteurize milk. Certainly the homogenization process may destroy some things. I think the biggest benefits to raw milk are probably the probiotic benefits from it. These are naturally occurring probiotics in the milk that probably affect our immune system, affect our gut flora in very good ways, very evolutionarily consistent ways for humans. So if you go to eatwild.com, that's one place. And I think there's a couple of other raw milk websites where you can look for it. But I should also point out that raw cheese is legal everywhere. So if the cheese is aged more than 30 days, you can sell raw cheese. So it doesn't matter what state you're in, whether raw milk is legal or not, you can get raw cheese in the state. And you can go to a grocery store like a Whole Foods, and they're likely going to have either a Gruyere or an Emmentaler or whatever. That's a raw, quote unquote, cheese. You just have to read the packaging carefully, and it'll say raw milk as opposed to pasteurized milk on the label.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, go ahead and comment down below and let us know what you liked about it. All right. Share this with a friend. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And also, we are on Reddit and Discord. All that's down below. All our sponsors and everyone that supports us down below there too. So you can get whatever you like from us. All right. Peace.